Mind Networking podcast promotes successful business experts. I'm Tom Rioch, known as the King of Networking, connecting people throughout the world from my podcast studio in Brazil. Joining us today from Honolulu, Hawaii is Ann Swanson, yoga therapist, wellness video producer, author of Science of Yoga and Meditation for the Real World. So Ann, can 1-minute meditations really make a difference?
Absolutely. People think that they need to sit for 10, 20, 30 minutes a day on a cushion on the floor to meditate. But really, you can integrate it into your day rather than scrolling while you wait at the doctor's office or wherever you are. You meditate while you wait. Take a moment, ground your feet down, sit a little taller. You can even have your eyes open, be aware of the environment, and notice your breath. Notice the moment. A minute of that, especially like yesterday before going into the dentist's office for me, which is usually pretty anxiety inducing, that minute placed perfectly in your day is going to help you with the next activity. So whether it's anxiety at the doctor's office or it's right before you focus, before a talk or a presentation, taking 1 minute or less, taking a moment, a few deep breaths before you press that accept on the Zoom call, that's going to make a huge difference. So for me, I tend to pass out at the doctor's office. It's a problem I've had for a long time. Yeah. So I get nervous when the doctor doesn't have that compassionate care element. And instead of, fight or flight, I'm out, I'm on the floor. I don't even know who I am. I'm so far out. And for days afterwards, I have that adrenaline. I can't sleep. So it's very traumatic. So I went to a yoga teacher and I said, what can I do? What kind of meditation can I do to help me with this? And they had me go in there and, ultimately what worked for me was grounding down. So if you're sitting right now while you're listening to this, feeling my feet on the ground, feeling the surface beneath me, getting a little taller, feeling the outside of my body touching the surfaces beneath me. And with each exhale, I feel a sense of releasing down into those surfaces. So with that, I can be more aware and answer questions if the doctor has any questions. And I'm bringing my attention to the outside of my body, which really helps me be present. Right. If I'm at the dentist, you don't have to answer questions at the dentist.
You can't, really.
So you can't.
It's either thumbs up or thumbs down.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't usually ask you anything. So if you're getting some sort of procedure or you're in a situation where you can kind of zone out, you can use a visualization meditation technique. So I'll imagine I'm in my safe place, and everybody's safe place is different. Perhaps yours is cozy at home with your pet, but mine is at the beach. So I feel my toes in the sand.
Hawaii, it couldn't really be anywhere else.
Yes. So I'll physically curl my toes and imagine the sand beneath my toes. So not only can you do these 1-minute meditations before something in order to enhance your focus or relaxation, but you can also do them during. You can shift your attention to be more present during activities. Right. And the amazing thing about this is in a large Harvard study published in the prestigious journal Science, they found that your ability to pay attention to whatever you're doing, whether it be washing the dishes or playing with your kids or having sex, whatever you are doing, if you are paying attention, you are happier. And if you're not paying attention, if you're thinking about your list of things to do, you're thinking about what you said 10 years ago, you're less happy. So your ability to focus could be the key to happiness. But if you think you're bad at meditating and you can't do it because your mind wanders too much, you're kind of missing the point. Because really, this is boot camp for your focus. This is more reason.
I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm putting that obviously a doctor's office, dentist, other scenarios I can agree with. But even from a business sense of before visiting a client or being with a client, what you just mentioned, and many times we don't do that, is focus, and then having the ability to listen. We're going in overcharged generally. We want to say, we don't necessarily want to hear. So maybe that 1 minute of putting our feet on, curling our toes and relaxing could present ourselves better to a prospect.
Yeah, you become more present. You have a better presence with people, and people can feel that. You could even, when you're writing an email, you're responding to a stressful email. Before you press send, turn your chair around for a moment, away from the screen, sit tall, take several deep breaths, and check in with your body. Because ultimately, your body tells you, gut feelings, tightness in your chest, openness in your heart. Your body tells you if what you're saying is right or not. And so you may, after that minute, turn back around and change the email, or you may have conviction. It's time to send. This is the right thing to do.
Well, you've given me another idea, even for my podcast. I'm going to put a little sandbox under my feet. and as I interview, seriously, because many times we get out of touch, and I agree with you. So it's really interesting because I'm going to apply everything you said to myself. Because one of my interests in interviewing you was that. I said, is that really possible to meditate for a minute?
That's so silly, but the sandbox idea is a great idea for another scientific reason. When we put our feet, our bare feet on the ground, whether it be the sand or a patch of grass or on stones, we do something that researchers call earthing or grounding. And that reduces inflammation. It even reduces blood sugar levels. You wouldn't think that would have these profound effects on your anxiety and depression, but they found this. And truly, the research is just showing we need to get back to nature, get away from our technology, stop scrolling while you wait, be present while you wait. Put your feet in the grass, touch the tree. It sounds so silly, but the research is supporting it.
Fantastic. Our listeners can't see, but I've just taken my shoes off.
I love it.
No, seriously. And what you just said is that the sort of chilling, cooler effect of touching the floor is absolutely different from having, feet stuck in a shoe. But anyway.
Yeah, especially like a rubber shoe. Yeah.
It's a thong. So anyway, but Ann, I want to thank you for being here. All right. And sharing that. You've really opened my mind to what I hope to be able to do. So how can our listeners find you?
Well, my book, Meditation for the Real World, you can buy this anywhere books are sold. And you can also go to AnnSwansonWellness.com to find the links to buy the books. And your listeners can also get a free meditation challenge so that you can get into a daily practice with lots of tips of these 1-minute meditations you can integrate into your day. So go to AnnSwansonWellness.com.
Very good. Well, thanks again for being here.
Thank you so much, Tom.
And again, for our listeners, it's Ann Swanson, the first name A-N-N, the last name S-W-A-N-S-O-N. You find her on LinkedIn, TikTok, and www.AnnSwansonWellness.com. You'll find her books, and you'll also find free videos, which are also very inviting to practice along with her. So Cafe Networking is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information at focusmi.com. Talk to Tom, talk to the world. Thanks for listening. Until the next time here at Cafe and Networking Podcast.